Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Different Point of View. I'm Konate, your host, and let's get ready for this next topic. So, today I want to talk about how misleading the media is on both sides, on both the liberal side as well as the conservative side. Both sides are just lying to us. Both sides are just misleading us. So I want to first start off with the liberal media. I want to start off with MSNBC, and I want to start off with CNN, with people like Joy Reid and Don Lemon and Chris Cuomo, the whole liberal left media. And what they did is completely unforgivable. They, in covering the Kyle Rittenhouse case, they just straight up left out major facts, or they just straight up lied. And that is completely, that's completely unacceptable as a journalist. So let's start off with the first way that they misled us. I remember when this case first started, they labeled it as a white supremacist kid carrying an AR-15 rifle, shot, killed two BLM protesters, two Black Lives Matter protesters, and one was badly injured. And for a long time, myself and many other people included, assumed that they were Black. And it wasn't until literally weeks later that I found out that everybody involved was white. And it wasn't until Fox or the more conservative stations mentioned that the victims were actually white and not Black. I was like, wow, okay. So what's going on here? I mean, that part was left out for a long time. And guess what? There are still a lot of people who don't know that the victims were white. But wait, it gets even more piquant. So I heard over and over again how Kyle Rittenhouse took an AR-15 across state lines. Again, that's just not true. So what happens is that Kyle Rittenhouse actually lives, he's from Kenosha, but he actually lives in Antioch, Illinois. He came to Kenosha, Wisconsin the night before. So the gun was already in Kenosha, Wisconsin, the gun that he used. So he did not carry the gun across state lines. But again, CNN knew this. MSNBC knew this. So if they know this, if they have this knowledge, again, why would they choose to purposely lie? I would spend hours, and I literally spent hours just watching CNN, watching MSNBC, watching Joy Reid, watching Don Lemon, watching Chris Cuomo, because I said, well, maybe I need some balance here. Maybe they have some stuff that I just don't know about. And after watching it for hours, you would have never ever known that Mr. Rittenhouse was assaulted. They never played the video. They never mentioned the fact that he was assaulted. They never mentioned the fact that a gun was pointed at him. They never mentioned the fact that he was kicked to the ground. They didn't mention the fact that he was stomped in the head. They didn't mention the fact that rocks were thrown at him. They didn't mention the fact that people were saying, kill him. None of this was mentioned. So how can you cover a story? How can you report on a story? How can you give opinions on a story and you leave out major facts of the story? You leave out major chunks of the story. To do what? To try to pursue a certain agenda? Anything that doesn't fit your narrative, you either lie about or you leave out? And let me tell you something, this is not the first time that MSNBC has done this. This is not the first time that CNN has done this. Do you remember the Donald Trump speech? The whole there were, good people on both sides speech. Well, yeah. But at the end of that speech, he did say, except for the white supremacists, and how he denounces the white supremacists. But again, most people don't even know that there's another side of the speech. But again, they intentionally left that part of the speech out. They have a history of doing this. They have a history of lying. They have a history of leaving out certain important facts. Any information that doesn't fit their narrative, they leave out. This is what the news has become today. And it's sad because I shouldn't have to work so hard to get to the bottom of things. I shouldn't have to work so hard to get to the truth. I shouldn't have to spend hours listening to CNN and MSNBC. And I shouldn't have to spend hours listening to Fox. And then I shouldn't have to spend hours researching the stuff online, because I'm assuming everything the thing that what you say to me is a lie. I shouldn't have to work so hard to get to the bottom of things. But wait a minute, Fox News, you're no different. I watched that interview with Tucker Carlson, and he interviewed Kyle Rittenhouse, and that interview was a complete joke. I mean, you have to be kidding me. If you listen to that interview, I'm going to summarize it. It was an hour-long interview, but if you summarize it, Kyle Rittenhouse, the model American kid who just loves his country so much. Oh, after a day of, being a lifeguard, he decides to go and clean up graffiti. And after cleaning up graffiti, he decided that he wanted to help people at the car lot that was being burnt down. And I mean, Kyle Rittenhouse, he's such a model citizen. He's such a choir boy. Stop, Tucker, really? I mean, you really wanted America to buy the whole Kyle Rittenhouse is a choir boy? Okay, fine. Maybe he wasn't guilty. Maybe he's not a white supremacist, but come on. I don't buy the whole choir boy bit. And he's just such a wonderful kid. And every parent would just be so lucky to have a kid like Kyle Rittenhouse. You never challenged him. You never said to him, hey, Kyle, really? You mean just out of the clear blue, you just decided that you wanted to help people? You wanted to defend a car lot that was being burnt down? You just decided, just for no reason, you just decided to, hey, I mean, really? Come on. I mean, you didn't challenge him one time. You didn't say, hey, Kyle, it's a riot. There's violence. Kyle, you didn't think that bringing an AR-15 to a very hostile and volatile situation, you didn't think that was a good idea? Why would you do that? Oh, because I'm just a good American kid. Really? You didn't challenge him that one time. I watched the entire interview, and you didn't ask him any real questions. But why? Because everybody has an agenda. And us, the regular viewing public, we're the ones that they're trying to sell this agenda to. So the Democrats, right? The Democrats' agenda is fair. America's a horrible place. America is racist. America's crumbling down. And you have to vote for the Democratic Party in order for America to be safe. I mean, and it worked with the president race, right? I mean, That's why you got Donald Trump out of office, because the whole thing was fair, 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 fair. If we don't get Trump out of office, the white supremacists are just going to take over America and we're all going to be dead. Okay, it worked. So why change the strategy? So, and that's the liberal democratic perspective. That's their agenda, to continue to feed their voting base fear. Got it. It worked in the presidential election. The right-wing conservatives, they're going to take away our guns. And we need to make Kyle Rittenhouse the poster boy as to why we need guns, because these rioters are out of control. This nation, it's violent. People who don't belong here are going to take it over. The immigrants are going to come in. They're going to take your jobs. They're going to rape your children. They're going to bring drugs into your community, and we need guns. And the only people that can protect America from this chaos and protect America from being overran by immigrants and drug dealers and rioters and looters is the Republican Party. And yes, we have to keep those gun laws loose, and we have to make it easier to get guns. So everybody has their own agenda, and they're using a 17-year-old kid, a 17-year-old kid, to, I guess, move their agenda forward. So those are my thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is Konate with another episode of A Different Point of View. Peace.